Cape Town Tigers will represent the country in the Basketball Africa League in the second edition of the tournament this month. The Tigers travel up north to Egypt for the Nile Conference, which will see the top 8 teams compete for a spot in the playoffs this May. To unpack the road to the BAL is team owner and coach Raphael Edwards, who joins us via Zoom. A very good morning, Mr. Edwards. Thanks for taking time to speak to the sports fans all the way from the mother city. I mean, the opening question should be this: what are your expectations ahead of your first ever participation in the BAL?
Good morning, South Africa. Thank you for having me here. And our expectation is to come in and to win it, our first year ever.
All right, I mean, what would it mean for the Tigers and South Africa to advance to the playoffs, having missed the first BAL just a year ago?
I mean, it'll be an amazing thing. South Africa hasn't been in a basketball spotlight on the continent in so many years. So for us to come in our first year in existence and be able to make the playoffs and to win the competition, because the playoffs isn't our goal, it would just be great for the city.
All right, I mean, in terms of sponsorship, the team, of course, has struggled and have some challenges, of course, to get people to come on board to fund the team. How's that been going so far?
We're still in the same place. My partners and I still completely fund everything. We haven't been able to get the sponsorships we needed. We haven't been able to get the help from the city or the government just for practice facilities. For example, one of the gyms we practice in, we had like 10 kids used to line up for us every night. We used to tip them, go get waters. They were so excited to see us. They watch us practice. They took the gym away from us. We haven't seen those kids in months now. I don't think people understand the ripple effects that having us in the community, besides giving T-shirts or uniforms, helps the community, So, yeah.
Fantastic. I mean, the Sahara Conference was quite an impressive and competitive one. Now the spotlight is on the Nile Conference in Egypt as the second leg of the BAL begins. And with stiff competition coming in as the underdogs, who do you think your rivals are and how would you do against them?
I think we're way too new to have a rival that's in ball. If you look at the history of some of these teams like Zamalek, etc., they've been around since like 1925. We would hope to have an organization that lasts at that standard for so long. So I wouldn't say any of them are our rivals. We are the underdogs, and all of them. We have to defeat all of them. We're looking to be undefeated. That's the goal.
I mean, you mentioned, of course, that Zamalek started back in 1920s. I mean, here's the next question. Do you feel the weight and the magnitude of the NBA in promoting ball on the continent, and to what extent is that impact?
Well, it's definitely heavy on the continent, but I could say that globally. When I was home back in New York for the past couple months, it was all over television there. I had friends in other countries writing me, telling me they're watching the league in their countries. So while it starts and stems from Africa, it's definitely global. It's the second most viable basketball league in the world.
Fantastic. Closing question, Mr. Edwards. How are the players feeling about competing in front of the fans and a sports-crazy nation as Egypt?
Extremely excited. We're going to use all of that energy, although we're on the road. We're going to just harness the energy, use it as if they're cheering for us. We're going to go in there and be ready to compete, do battle.
Fantastic, Mr. Edwards. Always great talking to you, and all the best for the Cape Town Tigers. That's the owner and the coach of the Cape Town Tigers ahead of the Nile Conference in the Basketball Africa League. Super excited that, of course, South Africa is represented right there in the Basketball Africa League. All right.